You know, I will not go down that line. Jamaica has had a very high retention rate over the years. We are not a country that people defect from really, except for those athletes in the past who know that they just could not make the Jamaican national team. You know, many efforts, and they just can't make the Jamaican team, and they are getting older, and they try to make some money, such as Jack Harvey and those individuals. Brandon Simpson, right? And this other guy that went to Jamaica College. Those are the guys. By and large, we don't have people who defect because at the end of the day, wearing the black, green, and gold is of paramount importance. That's what brought you to global prominence. And you don't just willingly get up and talk about because you get an offer, you run. Because a lot of these guys have comprehensive contract and local endorsement that they're earning from. And I can tell you that this individual, Rajindra Campbell, has benefited from the J3A even as recent as last month. A lot of them have got the money. Some of them are liars, right? They get money, right? Now, Jamaica can't compete with Turkish money or Bahrain money or Saudi Arabia money. So I suspect even if we improve what we do for athletes and they can still earn 10 times or 20 times what the Jamaican government or national association is able to do for them, they will still find an excuse and run. Rajindra Campbell just came on the scene probably 2 years ago. What realistically does he expect? That he should become an overnight millionaire? What does he want? That as he emerge and get a bronze medal, all of a sudden he should be a rich kid on the block. That's not how it goes. A lot of people who have won superior medals, right, have stayed a little while before they start earning real good money. I think the lure was in the money that someone who manipulated them and exploited them for their own base end. That's what happened, right? It has nothing to do with the J3s. No. J3 has done a phenomenal job, and that is why the athletes that come out of Jamaica are so attractive for other people to want to fish at. If they were doing a bad job, we would not have had these athletes that everybody want, right? And we have been developing athletes from grassroots, investing at the grassroots level, right up to Carifta Games, right up to the senior levels. Everywhere the team have to travel, right at the Caribbean Game, Pan Am Games, Knockout Games, World Championship, Olympic. It's a cost, enormous cost too. So these guys who want the J3s to come like a job for them, where they are constantly earning money every month, it's not going to happen. We have to plow the money back at the grassroots level to invest in our talents, right? You're saying Bolt never run, Johan Blake never run, Bernard Campbell never run, Elaine Thompson never run, Shelley and Fraser Price never run, Million Walker never run. So why should we make this aberration an emergency issue? It is not. It is just some set of misguided youth make people manipulate them and exploit them for their own base end. That's what it is. Why Rajindra Campbell don't come and say that this year he received two tranches of money from the J3A as recent as May he received the final tranche, which would have been more than $250,000 that he would have received, more than 300,000 for the entire year. How many athletes the J3s must give 300,000 every time them come, or 500,000 or $1 million every time them come? Where's that money to come from? There is no national association in the world, not the US, not Canada, not Great Britain, where there is perfection in terms of what athletes would want those associations to do for them. It doesn't exist. And yet we don't see US athletes defecting. And a lot of US athletes will not make the US team, but you don't see US athletes deflecting to Turkey. You don't see that idiot who encourage our boys to leave to go to Turkey. That American, you don't see him going after American athletes to get them to defect because he know that is not on. And the American government would not like that, and the American National Association would not like that. but Jamaica become easy target. We need to run these guys out of town and don't let them come here. But you know, so sometimes we hear people talk, we wondering what we're talking about because J-Trades can't be a perfect organization as far as they want it to be. It has to operate within available resources, and the point that he's making about the Puma deal is absolute nonsense. Because if you read the fine print of the Puma deal, it has punitive measures. If athletes don't perform, if they don't win medal, the J-Trades could lose money and athletes could lose money. Why put yourself in that situation where that's the Adidas deal that is, right? While the Puma deal is not punitive, irrespective of whether athletes win medal or not. You know, the J3s don't stand to lose any money. Why would you put yourself in a precarious position where it is possible to lose substantial income depending on the performance of athletes? There's a lot to this thing, and these some of these dimwit people don't understand it. They just want to run off their mouth. What is it that the J3s should be doing that they are not doing? You know, I have proposed something that a interactive help that's be set up, you know, to treat with the concerns and the needs of athletes. I proposed that, right? And so you know, and their issues be logged electronically, documented electronically, and whatever assistance is provided them, that is also noted, so that there's heightened level of transparency in the operations of the J trade. But you know, that's as far as it goes. I don't hear these people attacking the JOA, and the JOA has more cash than the J3 is. When last year, for example, and our previous Olympic, when Jamaica win medals, it is the JOA that gets the money from the IOC, not the J3s. So why I figured some of these people don't know where the money is, you know. And so the J3s become an easy target. And I've said enough on this peace month. Peace month. It has nothing to do with how J3 treat any of them, because a lot of them, I have been to the J3s and see athletes come there and they get benefits. But they don't tell you these things, right? They don't tell you these things. They just get a big contract and somebody pull out a wool over their eye and then just go after the money. That's all it is, nothing more.